Hi guys, my name is Tomcat and welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. And in this episode of Stock vs. Tuned, we are going to be running a stock Lamborghini Huracan against a tuned Subaru WRX STI. Now, there is such a massive community for Subarus that I'm genuinely surprised I haven't featured any Subarus on this show, on this series, before. So, without any further ado, we are going to head out to the speed trap with this stock Huracan and see what kind of speed it can post up. Now, the Huracan is a very civilized Lamborghini to drive. It's extremely civilized, in fact. There are not any other Lamborghinis out there that are quite as simple to drive as the Huracan. It's basically your daily driver Lamborghini that can also just so happen to be able to do this. Which is all well and good because it's very, very fast. It's very fast. However, some argue that it's too Audi-ish. Some argue that it's just an R8 in a Lamborghini suit. Now, that's not for me to judge, that's not for me to decide, but I think that some people are just going to prefer the R8 and others are just going to prefer the Huracan, and that's just kind of how it's going to be. But, I do want to see what this thing can actually do when you properly launch it. Now, with the stock trans, you do have to creep forward a little bit to get the RPMs to come up when you're using launch control, but when you do launch it, you really understand why it still is. It still is a really good car off the line from the factory. And go! Really does a good job of mitigating that wheel spin. It gets out of the hole very, very quickly, and it's just off. There's 170 into 6th, coming up on the trap at 179.4. 179.4 miles an hour. Now, unlike a lot of the other cars that I've featured recently where I'm like, I don't know if the tuned car is going to catch it or not, I have full confidence that a modified STI can beat that speed. But before we do that, let's grab a stock one and just see what it's able to put down. So here's the car in question, a 2015 Subaru WRX STI. And yes, it makes all the proper noises. Let's see if it corners like a Subaru. Oh, yeah. It definitely corners like a Subaru. Oh, my God. If you turn it in correctly, wow. It actually is really fun to drive. Really, really fun to drive. Now, if you don't turn it in correctly, it will understeer, though. Let's see if it'll handle launch mode with the factory trans. Now, the clutch isn't strong enough to hold it. The RPMs just rise. It's definitely nowhere close to the Huracan from the factory, but judging by the performance it's showing me so far, it shouldn't be hard to get this thing to outdo that Huracan. I mean, we're already over 110 miles an hour. Already over 120, into 5th gear, 125, 130, 135, 140, 140.8 with 179 to beat. So, I think it can do it. I genuinely think it can do it. It's really only another 39 miles an hour, and I definitely believe that this car has it in it. So let's go ahead and head back to the shop now and see what this thing can make. What the traffic car, though? Now, the way this process is going to work is we are going to build the engine first, get that done and out of the way. I'm expecting around the neighborhood of 600 horsepower-ish. Like, roughly 600 horsepower, depending on... But then again, at the same time, I've really never built one of these in Horizon 4 before, so I don't know what kind of numbers we're most likely to get. So, somewhere between 500 and 600 is what I'm going to guess. We're going to end up with 594 horse and 503 torque, which is a good, it's literally right in the range that I was hoping for, and they're really good numbers. So platform-wise, we're going to go ahead and do the race brakes, the race suspension, so it's a little bit lower to the ground, and we have that adjustability. We'll get all the other chassis parts put on and the weight reduced, except for the bar. We're not going to do like the bar or the cage or anything like that. This car doesn't need it. And then we will reinforce the drivetrain So that's all good to go, so we don't explode our Subaru transmission made of glass. And we'll do our wheel and tire setup. And I'm thinking that we're just gonna run a Horizon race tire and a is that a 295? Damn, that's a lot of stick. That is a lot of stick for sure. So what do we want to run for wheels? There's a lot of different kinds of wheels that look good on these. I like these, but then again, I like some of the other more like rugged looking wheels. I mean, an STI is an interesting car because it can pull off so many different types of wheels and so many different wheel setups. It's one of those cars that you can do almost any kind of setup on and make it look good as long as you do it right. Now, we can't adjust the offset of the wheels, which bothers me a little bit because they're too sucked into the fenders for my taste, but oh yeah, you can do the rally stuff, which I don't really want to do the rally stuff. The rally stuff isn't really this car's thing. So, I mean, well, it is if you're building a rally version, but this particular build, that's not what my aim is for it, so I'm not really going to use it. But let's go ahead and get all these parts installed, and then let's go drive it, see what kind of speeds it can post. All right, so here's our STI, and I'm hoping that it's at least a little angry. Let's see. Let's give it a launch. 3, 2, 1, go! Wow, it sticks like mad off the line. It didn't even spin once. This thing has mad grip. It still handles really well, too. Listen to this turbo sound. Oh, my God. I'm going to be quiet. Listen to this. That sounds so good. It sounds genuinely good. Like, oh my God. Wow, the handling balance is really neutral too. Like if you turn in too hard, it will understeer, and if you get on the power mid corner, it will oversteer by just a little bit with while it trails the rear end around. It's a really nice car to drive, actually. All right, so now the part we've all been waiting for, which I think this thing is going to destroy that 179. I genuinely do. This thing is going to be a monster. We're going to launch it a little higher this time. All right, 7.4 PSI boosted launch, 4,400 RPM, almost 4,500. 3, 2, 1, go! It's angry. There's 150. There's 170. Come on, there's 182.8. So it does actually beat the Huracan, but only by a couple miles an hour. These cars are really closely matched. I mean, to be fair, this car and then the last car we did, the Z, have actually all been really closely matched, which is really cool. I mean, like, normally we don't get cars that are that closely matched, but it's actually kind of cool when we do, because I like to have those close battles. I really think it makes for, not only makes it fun for me, but it also makes it interesting for you guys to watch. And this car, just a side note, it does really good all-wheel drive donuts. Are you looking to race? Are either of you looking to race? Bruh, you going for a race? I feel like we should race him. Hello there. Come on, bro. Race me. Let's see what happens. Oh my God. E36, go away. Go somewhere else. Are we gonna race or what? Come on. Come on, dude. Give me 3 honks. Come on. No, I want to race, not convoy. Trying to give him 3 honks to see if he'll actually, like, pick up on the idea, but... See if he'll chase me. This guy probably will understand. Oh, he's going. Wow, we're not losing him by much. Or he's not losing us by much, let's say. I mean, I figured he was going to outrun me, like, just on sheer power, but that was a really good run. I'm actually kind of surprised. I didn't think this thing was going to keep up with that Hellcat that well. This kept up with him a lot better than I expected. Like, genuinely a lot. Whoa! What the hell? That wasn't supposed to happen. I don't know why the AI did that. That genuinely wasn't supposed to happen. But normally, I don't get into street races in these stock versus tuned videos. But I feel like I kind of wanted to see what this thing would just do. But anyways, without any further ado and street racing and rambling, hope you guys enjoyed this video in Forza Horizon 4. If you did, make sure to leave me a like. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for more. And I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later.